Good afternoon, everyone. CountryFlyboy
Johnny Tower,
here,
Seminole
and
66
today,
Alpha Lima, short of 20
V1
left
test
kilo
on
for close
Pilot Edge. We're going to be doing the V1. So the V1, there are several tests you can do. There's 3 V tests and 11 I tests. The V's are VFR and the I's are IFR.
Off Seminole 6 Alpha Lima.
We're going to do the V test, definitely, and as much of the I test as we can, feasibly. Today we're going to be doing the V1, which is pretty simple, just 3 circuits around the pattern at a towered airport of your choice. We're here at Palm Springs. I really like this airport. It's situated really nice here, just north of the Salton Sea, or whatever that big lake is called.
Clear Bravo 6, Charlie 10 type parking.
Alrighty, so
922 parking via Charlie.
Again, Pilot Edge is done just like real life. So to get into the pattern here, we will call up Palm Springs ground and request taxi to the active for closed traffic. We got to complete 3 circuits. They can be whatever. I'm going to request the option each time, but they can be touch and goes, full stops, stop and goes, anything like that. We'll do a couple touch and goes, maybe a stop and go. I'll do about 4 laps around the pattern just to be safe. And then we'll land. We'll keep this video short. So, real quick, let's get the Palm Springs ATIS. I'm going to use my flight route real quick to find Palm Springs ATIS. Here it is.
077 Tango, Los Angeles clearance will be able to your I-6.
Left, 3-1
John
right.
Wayne Airport,
Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions all VFR departures. Contact clearance delivery with your aircraft type initial heading and requested cruise altitude. Advise on initial contact. You have Romeo, Palm Springs Airport information. Romeo 2053 Zulu, visibility 10. Sky clear below 2000. Temperature 36, 2.15, altimeter 2976. Visual approach runway 31 left, 31 right in use. Departing runway 31 left, 31 right. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions all VFR departures. Contact clearance delivery with your aircraft type initial heading and requested cruise altitude. Advise on initial contact. You have Romeo, Palm Springs Airport information.
Shut her up. Okay, so we got information Romeo, and real quick I'm going to bring up my weather add-on, and I want to see how closely that matches. Okay, they said 2976, that's the important bit, and that matches. The winds are different. I didn't copy the winds. Did they say any winds? Let me listen to that again.
Right in use. Departing runway 31 left, 31
right.
Know the winds. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions all VFR departures. Contact clearance delivery with your aircraft type initial heading and requested cruise altitude. Advise on initial contact. You have Romeo, Palm Springs Airport information. Romeo 2053 Zulu, visibility 10. Sky clear below 1.
They skipped the wind, so I'm guessing they're calm.
36, 2.15, altimeter 29.
Okay, so they do skip the wind, so the winds are calm. They're landing on the 3-1s. 3-1 left is going to be our departure runway. We're over here at the signature flight support ramp, so we'll most likely have us taxi via Whiskey Alpha, the 3-1 left. The winds are calm, so that'll help us out. Let me set my the altimeter. Okay, we got Romeo.
Tower 6 Alpha Lima. My apologies, I forgot we're making a full stop. Would like one more lap here, left traffic, then it will be a full stop.
6 Alpha Lima,
okay, let me get the air conditions set, make sure Heidi's
close
comfortable.
Traffic, Seminole 6 Lima.
Well, Heidi, it's going to be a bit hot in here right now because the plane's not moving already. Not too many people online right now. It's about 10, so we shouldn't have too hard of a work. Let's turn the airplane around, then we'll call for ground.
Alpha Foxtrot 2 by something.
Alrighty, then we've got the plane turned around. Just want to verify that I got the right frequencies. Okay, so COM1 active is set to tower on 119.7, and COM1 standby is set for departure 135.27, even though we're not going to need it. COM 2 active is set to 121.9, which is Palm Springs ground, and standby is set to 118.25, which is ATIS. Alrighty, so no ADS-X surveillance system. Let's call for ground. And we have Romeo, call sign 6 Charlie Sierra. Palm Springs ground, Skyhawk 906 Charlie Sierra with Romeo.
Number 906 Charlie Sierra, Palm Springs Day request.
Palm Springs ground, Skyhawk 906 Charlie Sierra. We're at signature flight support. Would like to taxi for the active touch and goes, and this will be for the V1. Okay, for some reason the client crashed. Let's try that again. Palm Springs ground, Skyhawk 906 Charlie Sierra with Romeo.
For 906 Charlie Palm Springs ground, go ahead.
Yeah, Palm Springs ground, 6 Charlie Sierra. My client crashed for some reason, so I didn't copy any clearance you gave me after the initial call.
6 Charlie Sierra, I did. I asked a couple questions. I see. Say direct departure and type aircraft.
We want to go to the active for touch and goes for the V1.
6 Charlie Sierra, say type aircraft.
Cessna 172.
So 906 Charlie, runway 13 right, taxi via Whiskey Lima.
13 right via Whiskey Lima, 6 Charlie Sierra. Alrighty. Whiskey Lima, here we go. Whiskey is straight ahead, and Lima's at the end. Alrighty. Yeah, that was weird. I've never had the client crash on me. Yes, sir. I didn't hear. So my client crashed on me. Well, not everything's perfect. Hopefully one day Pilot Edge will get their own client, because they're working with like a hacked version of Squawk Box. It's probably my biggest complaint. In fact, all the problems I've had with Pilot Edge so far has been because of the client. So hopefully they will get a better one. Okay, Lima is to our left.
Yes, sir, sometimes want us to go to departure.
So we'll take Whiskey 3 to get on the Whiskey.
Just give it to you, contact correction.
Departure sometimes thing.
And this is Whiskey right here. Whiskey parallels the runway, and since the winds are calm, I can set my heading bug to the runway heading of 131. So once we get aligned on the taxiway, we'll double check our heading with compass, and we'll set heading bug to 131. Right about there. Okay, it's going to be 4 laps around the pattern. Runway 13 right does have a run-up area, so we can, once we get on this straightaway here, I'll do a run-up as we taxi. Real quick. Bank left, left is up, right is down. Bank right, right is up, left is down. Up, down, left, right. Alright, so flight controls are working. They're free and correct. Mixture of best power, we're below 3,000, so that's full. Set throttle to 1800 RPM. Good drop. Good drop. Both mags. Back's a little low, but it's been doing that lately. I haven't had a problem with it. It's in the green arc, it's just a little on the low side. Pressure, temperature, EGT, fuel flow, everything looks good. Throttle out. Engine didn't die. Alright, we are good to go. Run up is complete. I'm going to squawk normal. And we'll call tower on 119.7 as soon as we are holding short of the runway. Okay, coming up on Kilo. So the next taxiway is Lima. A couple of drone airplanes flying around out there. Alright, landing strobe lights on. We are on towers frequency now. Transponder is set. Mixture is set. Palm Springs Tower, Skyhawk 906 Charlie Sierra, ready to go. Runway 13 right.
Runway 906 Charlie Sierra. Tower, make left close traffic. Report midfield down each pass. Runway 13 right, clear for takeoff.
Left close traffic and report midfield 6 Charlie Sierra. And we're clear for takeoff, 6 Charlie Sierra. About forgot that part. Okay, for some reason my FSX scenery has this is a not an area you can go on, but according to the diagram, this is an area you can taxi on and take off from. So we're gonna go with what the diagram says. I'm gonna set my clock, my lapse timer. And yes, I do have the windows open. That's perfectly fine. Rotate at 55. Maintain 75 up. $1,500 is the traffic pattern altitude for our aircraft at this airport. Okay, there's 400 feet right there. We'll normally start our turn on the crosswind right now, but we are still over the runway, so we're going to extend our upwind leg. Until we're over the runway numbers. Then we'll start our turn onto crosswind. A little slow. Okay, turning on to the crosswind leg now. Hold this for a few seconds. And as we level off on traffic pattern altitude, we'll start our turn on the downwind. Set throttle for 2200 RPM. Maintain 1500 feet. On the downwind now, and we need to report midfield for the option, which we are right now. Palm Springs Tower, Skyhawk 6 Charlie Sierra, midfield for the option.
6 Charlie Sierra, runway 13 right, clear for the option.
13 right, clear for the option, 6 Charlie Sierra. Alright, a little high, we're beating the numbers now, so we'll throttle out to 1500 RPM. Below 110, flaps 10. And by the way, you can keep the windows open if you go below 110 knots. Okay, we're about 45 abeam the landing point now. So right over this golf course, for all future reference purposes, we'll turn onto the base leg. Pitch for about 80 knots. Next notch of flaps. Pitching for about 70 knots now. Turn on the final. And as we turn on the final, start pitching for 65 knots. A little high, so flaps out.
Center Ring Tower, King Air 252 Juliet
the flaps,
Romeo
throttles out.
Land with Delta. Runway 30.
252 Romeo Center Ring Tower, runway 30, clear to land.
A little bit of throttle now.
Thank you. 2 Juliet.
And we'll pitch for 65 knots. Throttle is idle. We'll let the plane lose its speed. Not bad. Touchdown on all threes. Flaps up. Throttle full. Rotate. Rotates at 55 in this airplane, but if you delay it till about 58, it gets off the ground a little bit better. Alright, maintain 75 as we climb out. Now this time we can do it much more normal since we're further down the runway once we lift it off. So at 900 feet on the altimeter, we'll start our turn onto the crosswind. Alright, start our turn onto the crosswind leg now.
Tower ground 36 Bravo Golf, ready 351.
On the crosswind leg.
Tower staff on departure for battery. Left takeoff. Group takeoff 351 Bravo.
Maintain this till 700 feet above the field. There's 700 feet above the field. We'll start turning onto the downwind and keep it climbing, so that by the time we level off on downwind, or turn wings, roll out on downwind, we should be starting to level off. Alright, rolling out. About the heading a bit. Throttle at 2200, maintain TPA. We'll do a stop and go this time, since we're going to hopefully get the option anyway. Palm Springs Tower, Skyhawk 6 Charlie Sierra, midfield for the option.
6 Charlie Sierra, runway 3 right at the option.
13 right, clear for the option, 6 Charlie Sierra. Alright, wait till we're beam the numbers.
Santa Maria Tower, taking air 252 Juliet Romeo's, clear of 30.
Alright, we are beam the numbers, throttle out. We'll be doing a stop and go this time.
Taxi via Alpha.
Below 110, first notch of flaps. Alright, coming through the 700 feet. As we come over our golf course here, I think we're a little too close to the runway, but we can work with it. Turn onto the base leg.
Fullerton Tower 27 was on the localizer 24.
Rate 27 with uniform tower, rate 24, clear to land.
500 feet.
Clear to land, rate 27.
Next notch of flaps. Pitch for 70 for now. Start turning on the final. Overshot a little bit. Pitch for 65. I'll give it a little bit of throttle to help. A low glide slope, so delay the flaps for now. Okay, since we're close to the runway, we'll go ahead and just make a flaps 20 landing. Alright, so pitch for 65. Flaps 20 landing. Stop and go. Flaps up, brakes on. Max braking. Alright, full throttle, release the brakes. Okay, turn on to the crosswind. And turn on to the downwind. Level off at TPA, throttle to 2200 RPM. Roll out on downwind heading. Palm Springs Tower, Skyhawk 6 Charlie Sierra, midfield, full stop.
Right 6 Charlie Sierra, runway 1 right, clear to land.
1-3 right, clear to land, 6 Charlie Sierra. Alright, I know I said we'd do 4, but we'll just go ahead and make it 3. That's what the test says. Alright, pitch down, throttle to 1500. Below 110, actually we're not quite yet. Let's get below 110 a bit before we, okay, below 110, flaps 10. Okay, turn on the base. Pitch for 80 knots. Next notch of flaps. Turn on to final. Once you roll out on final, depending on our altitude, we can lower the last notch of flaps. Okay, we're a little high. I'm going to leave the throttle in there. Pitch up to get us to 65 knots. Okay, we'll do another flaps 20. Why not? Getting too low on the base leg is the thing. Okay, should be able to make golf right here. We'll turn off on hotel. Flaps up, landing strobe lights off, transponder to on mode, Ground comes. Palm Springs Tower, Scott. 6 Charlie Sierra is clear on hotel.
Jack 6 Charlie Sierra, parking view. Whiskey will be a passenger to V1.
Alright, thank you very much. We'll go back to parking via Whiskey, 6 Charlie Sierra. Yay, past the V1. Spotter to standby. That's on the client, not on the sim. Alrighty. Okay, parking is this way. This is Whiskey 3. And we'll follow it all the way in to get back to the Signature Flight Support FBO. Then. Looks like I missed the first turn. Oh well, we'll take this one. Parking spot's over here. Alright, that is going to do it for this video. So, congratulations, you just saw me pass the V1 exam. I think for our next Pilot Edge flight, we'll do a practice one. That'll be off camera. From Palm Springs to John Wayne. That will be a practice flight for the V2, and the next video will be the V2 exam. So I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.